Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Espero que muy bien, sean bienvenidos a The Witcher 3. Vamos a continuarle justo por aquí donde lo dejamos. Vamos a ir a hablar con el niño ese limpiabotas que vimos en la cinemática anterior. Y vamos a continuar con esta misión que se llama Dime quién te limpia las botas y te diré quién eres. Bastante curioso el nombre. Venga, que está aquí justo al lado del poste este de viaje rápido. Nos va a tomar un momentito llegar ahí. Bien, a ver, ¿dónde está? Hola. Ok. A ver, míralo, aquí está. A ver qué nos cuenta.
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you! You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
Su padre. Un brujo.
A witcher, and I'd advise you to go back where you came from.
I thought witches defend men from monsters, not cheats from justice.
Need to talk to the boy.
You can chat to him all you like, after we tan his hide. So stand down.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well, which is all the same to me.
En serio. Jamás aprenden, jamás entienden. A ver, a ver, a ver.
You to help scofflaws and cheats.
A ver, a ver, a ver. Tiempo, tiempo. Puta madre, la cámara, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué onda con la cámara? Ah, ok, ok, ya, listo. Nunca aprenden, hombre. ¿Cómo se osan enfrentar ante
What's
un
the
brujo?
meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Interfiriendo. Diles.
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business.
Órale, llévenselos a la chingada.
Come on.
Perfecto.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Aunque admiro tu perspicacia, ¿no? Y tu mente emprendedora, no estoy aquí para eso, amigo. Aunque bueno, ¿a qué te refieres?
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it.
Luego.
Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
¿Dejo qué?
Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
Hombre, aunque a decir verdad, es de admirar, ¿no? El pensamiento que tiene para ser solo un niño. Pero aún así me cae medio mal, la verdad. O sea, eso de chantajear, esa parte de chantajear a las personas me cae mal.
No way. Not about to contribute to your shady venture. You'll tell me what you know, for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Adiós, espero no verte nunca. A ver.
That kid pretty well.
Sí, no es
Finding the
difícil.
right approach. That's the trick to getting the children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning, the right thing to bribe them with.
Y eso funciona con todo el mundo, no necesariamente con que sean niños o no. Lo bueno es que Geralt tiene el poder ese de Axia, el hechizo. Ya hace que todo el mundo le diga lo que quiere.
That door. One the boot black mentioned.
Ah, es aquí entonces.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
¿Vas a entrar tú?
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Chingo de cuervos. Están siguiendo al rey y se me hace. Ok. ¿Qué es esto? Como una juguetería.
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
¿De acuerdo? Ok. ¿Puntos disponibles? 7. No mames. Hace mucho que no checo los puntos, ¿sí es cierto? A ver, voy a hacer una pequeña pausa. Me voy a checar algo y ahorita regresamos. Ya, listo. A ver, vamos a empezar a revisar todo esto. Aviso de desahucio. Aviso de desahucio. Debido al impago del alquiler del local usado para fines comerciales, el Tribunal Administrativo de Bucler ordena al arrendatario Alric de Samp desalojar el local en el plazo de 7 días. El incumplimiento de este aviso de desahucio conllevará la imposición de una pena de privación de libertad al deudor. La duración de la condena será determinada por el Tribunal de Deudas. Alguacil Víctor Lamar. Ok. Ok, déjame checar lo del personaje. Era 7 puntos disponibles, hombre. ¿Cómo no me había dado cuenta antes? A ver, aquí tengo el ataque giratorio, lo tengo al 100 totalmente. Ya, la verdad es que ya no tengo idea de qué más podría mejorar. A ver, esto es de barrido de art, intensidad de Quen. Es que no tengo ni idea, ¿sabes? O sea, no sé si la intensidad de Quen. Esto no lo he tocado en todo lo que llevamos de Witcher. Tolerancia superior. Aumenta un 75 en 80 el umbral de las sobredosis por pociones. Es que no sé, o sea, no me... Tentempié. Cada dosis consumida de la poción cura un 5% de la vitalidad máxima. Recuperación retardada. Los efectos no se pasan hasta que la toxicidad de las pociones cae hasta el 90% del nivel máximo. Ok. El aceite aplicado a las hojas ofrece un 3% de probabilidades de envenenar al objetivo con cada impacto. Pulso firme, el tiempo se ralentiza un 15% adicional al apuntar con bombas. Ah, pero estas es que no las uso, ¿sabes? Cada fórmula alquímica de nivel 1 que se aprenda aumentará en 1 la toxicidad máxima. Si la toxicidad supera el 0, el tiempo se ralentiza automáticamente cuando los enemigos están a punto de realizar un ataque. Este está chido, frenesí. La prueba de las hierbas. Este no está nada mal. ¿Y de aquí qué tenemos? Tenemos... La unificación del lugar de poder dura indefinidamente, pero solo puede estar activa una unificación al mismo tiempo. Metabolismo aumentado. Se consumirán puntos de adrenalina si están disponibles para reducir el coste de toxicidad de las pociones de un 33%. O sea, es que hay bastantes cosas, pero... Sol y estrella. La regeneración de vitalidad durante el día aumentan un 10%. Esa está buena. Lo malo es que... No, o sea, da igual si ahorita me pongo a aumentar habilidades, ¿sabes? No tengo ya dónde ponerlas. Y las que tengo aquí puestas... Pues que son las que me interesan, la verdad. O sea, aunque me ponga ahorita a ponerme a subir niveles. Así que por el momento lo vamos a dejar así. Porque al rato vamos a hacer una misión que nos va a mejorar todas las habilidades.
No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
Carta para el tendero. Querido Monsieur Tendero, durante mucho tiempo les he pedido a mis padres que me compren un juguete. Mamá siempre se lamenta, dice que no tenemos dinero. Papá se enfada cuando le pregunto cuándo va a ganar dinero. Y una vez casi me pega. Mis amigos tienen juguetes muy bonitos. Laura tiene un osito de peluche y Michelle tiene una muñeca de pelo dorado que le puedes peinar con un peine de verdad. Temo que nunca voy a tener ningún juguete y por eso te escribo, Monsieur Tendero. Quería escribirte esta carta desde hace tiempo, pero antes no sabía escribir. Ahora ya sí sé. Si tienes un juguete bonito que no quiera ningún niño, yo lo cuidaré. Estará feliz conmigo. No te rías de mí, por favor. Sé que soy pequeña, pero también sé que los juguetes no están vivos de verdad. Solo viven en nuestra imaginación. Bueno, ¿qué más da? Lo querría mucho. Isa. Ok. Parece como que esto tiene mucho tiempo abandonado, ¿no?
Somebody fixed this recently.
¿Esto qué es? Regis, ¿te puedes quitar, por favor?
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Regis dijo que encontraba una muñeca que estaba ahí un poco escalofriante, por así decir.
Nice little trinket.
Para ti.
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
Olvidados y viejos, no manches.
Somebody fixed this recently.
Bueno, no en ese orden. Viejos y olvidados.
Attic, let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around.
What? Espérate, Regis, chingada madre. Carta sospechosa.
Detlef van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure, your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlef killed not of his own accord.
A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
¿Quién podría ser?
Any idea what it could be? Detlef have any enemies?
Indeed, Detlef gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous.
As you well know, having faced Detlef yourself.
Whoever it is someone new.
Renawed. La amada, ¿verdad?
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came around to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Siempre ha afirmado que había desaparecido.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping.
In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Detlef's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing?
And Detlef is so much more emotional than most humans.
Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Ok, un poco raro de describir eso.
Detlef ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renawed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renawed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood,
Por
those
Yennefer me
individuals,
dice.
they mean nothing to him.
Él me debería decir por Tris, no por Yennefer.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Ahí es donde te das cuenta que lo canon sí
Exactly.
es quedarte con
Right, so
Yennefer, no con
someone's
Tris.
blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
Ay, que me ahogo.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
Bueno, antes de irnos vamos a terminar de
Disturbing.
examinar todo.
Tools were used recently. Detlef unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Sí, es que muy bonita melodía. Cartas que detallan los objetivos de la bestia.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detlef's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter, all of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite, rare mineral, pretty much found only in...
Nazaire, but I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Pues sí.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Y alguien a quien no le da miedo, que es un vampiro, o sea.
Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazeri ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
Pues inocencia sí que tú digas no, o sea, sabemos que lo hace por una razón, pero eso no quita que sea culpable todavía.
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See, you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renawed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Uf. De acuerdo, pues ya sabemos bastante. Y es verdad que no hemos hablado con la duquesa aún. Tenemos ya que irla a reportar todo lo que sabemos hasta el momento. Mira, aquí está, aparece el retrato, ¿no? De... Bien. Informa a la duquesa de cómo va la casa de la bestia. Uf, no sé qué decirle, la verdad. 500 metros. A ver, vamos aquí. Ah, mira, sí, perfecto. Podemos viajar ahí prácticamente al lado, al palacio de Beauclair. Y aquí. Conforme vayamos avanzando ya voy a empezar a ir haciendo cositas como contratos y eso. Aún no sé si las voy a grabar o no. Yo creo que sí, porque la mayoría de los contratos son demasiado interesantes. O sea, no son contratos X y ve y mata a esta bestia. O sea, realmente hay un trasfondo y casi se conecta con la historia principal. Así que a lo mejor sí las tendré que grabar. A ver, duquesa, ¿dónde está? Aquí.
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Ah, chinga, ¿cuál es?
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Encontré la bestia, pero nada más. El caso se ha complicado, ¿no?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you returned with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight.
No mames, ¿eres imbécil o qué? Dale una bufetada, Geralt. No mames, qué idiota.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
No,
Dead
otra vez
wrong.
te equivocas.
Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
Es que no es un monstruo vulgar y corriente, o sea, como dice.
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
No podrías.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha!
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Liberar la manta, pues sí.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnap the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
Liberarla.
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop!
Sumiller ducal.
In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Un experto en vinos, ¿verdad?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes. The west bank of the Sarre Tour. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint-Réal, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table.
Entonces es alguien cercano al ducado.
Stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint-Réal. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint-Réal, it is Saint-Réal. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
¿A qué os referís con debemos? ¿Otra vez te vas a quitar el vestido?
Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Y no se van a dar, o sea...
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Sí, vámonos ya.
Yeah, ready to go.
O sea, que vamos a ir por ahí diciéndole, Ana, Henrietta...
I must don
Sí,
something
como si
more
la gente no supiera cómo se llama su duquesa.
Then we will be off.
Bueno, entonces viajaremos al viñedo este. Bien. Aquí tienen que tener mucho cuidado si están jugando este juego o piensan jugarlo después. Tienes que estar con la duquesa siempre al lado. Lamentablemente es un poquito lento, pero no te debes de alejar de la duquesa para nada.
Have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Tienes que ir al lado de estos dos, porque si te vas, luego se enojan y pierdes la misión. Y literalmente la pierdes, ¿eh? Creo que no es lejos como quiera.
Hunters have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this.
Back, you beast! Begone!
Que hacen unas panteras atacando.
Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
Bien. Ponta la otra.
Help! Save us! Back!
Me encanta cómo se ilumina la espada de Olgierd.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunately happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Ok.
You saved our lives.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you so very much.
A ver, ok. Rápido, rápido, Geralt.
Tell me more about this vineyard, Castel Ravello.
It's the best in Oltusa. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant, could be the steward, could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
Tiene que ser alguien cercano al ducado entonces, porque está matando con un propósito.
Captain de
Quiere
la
dañar
Tour.
la reputación de los
We
caballeros.
did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Una inspección. Pues primero hablar.
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Sonreal?
I am at your service.
Bien, empecemos con la primera.
The Sonreal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat.
¿En serio?
Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Ok. Bueno, interesante.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers.
Hombre, aún faltó que nos dijeran si alguien ha robado, ¿eh?
Where is the Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Bastante dura ella.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me.
Por alguna razón hay un tablón de anuncios aquí. Aviso, mujeres, cuidado con vuestros maridos. Vino de vermentino. Cuentacuentos, se necesita maestro mágico. Se vende madera roble de bucler. Un relato caballeresco, perfecto.
His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabrizio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
Mira. También él. Muy bonitos detalles todo esto. Ah, mira, aquí es la bodega, ¿verdad? En donde descansa el vino, al parecer. Venga, su majestad. No se queda atrás.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Ah, míralo, sí, aquí está.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
1269, ok. La historia del otro vino. Cosecha 1269. ¿Es este, no?
Hervelous. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
Aquí vamos a encontrar muchos vinos. Era 1269, pues es esto. Ah, pero es sangreal y este es Hervelous, ok, perdóname. Ya, tengo que leerle bien entonces. Ok, este es del mismo año, pero est.
Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
Eso que está ahí tirado, ¿qué? Martillo de madera tirado ahí. Es con los que con ese martillo se pone el corcho a los barriles. Historia del pomino. Realmente sí hay gente, bueno, lugares en el mundo que los vampiros casi los veneran, ¿no? Algo sagrado, como dicen. Este es Fiorano del 72.
Fiorano. Dandelion's favorite. Adores it.
Ah, yes. That sophisticated palate of his.
Pomino, cosecha del 73.
Got pomino over here.
Bueno, entonces no es aquí, ¿verdad? Vámonos para arriba. Sangreal, pero del 79. O es un año antes.
Sangreal. 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Casi. Creo que es el del fondo. Sangreal del 68.
Sangreal. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
Ya, es este. Del 69, listo.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
De acuerdo.
Full.
Ese sí, suena lleno.
Full?
Full. This one's full too.
A ver este.
Full.
Lleno. Entonces es este, ¿verdad? A ver, Geralt, por favor. Ahí está.
This one's full too.
¿Eh?
Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sangreal?
Eso tienen razón.
The hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
Ok, otra vez.
Ready.
Step aside.
Chécalo. Mira, hasta telarañas y todo, hombre. Los vinos aquí estos vinos, así como los ves, que todo se ve súper viejo, los barriles y todo eso, han de saber riquísimos.
Distinctive. This is unreal.
A ver, entonces. Prueba este.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel.
Nos quieren engañar.
The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Nos quisieron engañar. Va a estar enojadísima. Sí.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
Aquí me tienes a mí, de verdugo.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sonreal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Dinos a quién, hombre, rápido.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrin aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
¿Cómo se lo entregabas?
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Basta.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Cintrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
De una.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Uf, ¿quién es? No me acuerdo ni lo más mínimo. ¿Quién es? Tengo ligeros recuerdos, pero hace mucho que no. Es que no me acuerdo del todo.
Relax. Now we wait.
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
Bien, comienza la caza. ¡Uy! Espérate. Me cago en la puta. Bien. ¿Quién queda? ¿Quién queda? ¡Uy! Cuidado.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Hombre, no te preocupes.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Me lo imaginaba.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Como quiera, muy buena por parte de ella, que no le tiene miedo a ensuciarse las manos. Bien por ella. Es una buena gobernante.
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Entiendo.
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Ay, me está
Live
miedo.
bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Bueno, ¿a dónde, verdad? ¿A dónde y quién?
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
¿Y quién? Entonces, ¿quién te contrató?
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Centurion. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered a man for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Centurion. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Centurion. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
El Cintriano.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Ah, ¿no? ¿Qué sigue?
Let's go to town.
¿Qué sigue ahora, entonces? Bueno, todo esto que hicimos solo para descubrir que el chantajista es una persona que le dicen el Cintriano. La verdad, muy poca información realmente.
It's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Centurion appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Bien, vamos a darle
Sooner or
esperanzas.
later, everyone slips up. Centurion stole the Sun Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right. We got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail. Need to find the Centurion, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
¿Será el capitán? Sí, perfecto.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Centurion does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
¿En serio? No te preocupes.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in.
Testaferro.
We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Centurion accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Centrion's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, very.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Centrion gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
¿Eso qué es?
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude a mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Ok.
Gotta nab the Centrion. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
Entonces ahí es donde va a
You
ir.
read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Centrion truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
El callejón del charlatán. Ok, vaya nombres. Pues ya he recordado sobre esa fiesta y realmente eso está... Esta versión que sigue está con ganas. Está muy interesante. ¿Caso qué? ¿Adalard el manco? Ok. Bien, pues vámonos. Ya tenemos misión nueva. Tenemos o ponte un atuendo que Ana Henrietta considere apropiado para la velada. A ver, Damien.
Be cautious. Guard her grace audacious rat, the Centrion. But we'll get him.
Apaguemos todos. Libro. Bien, vámonos. De hecho ya lo vamos a dejar justo por aquí. Para en el siguiente episodio empezar con la fiesta esa. Realmente es algo que está súper chingón. Y el lugar en el que al que vamos a ir está súper bonito. O sea, hablando de paisajes y todo. Y realmente los diálogos y todo lo que vamos a ver en esa fiesta va a ser realmente increíble. Así que pues bueno, espero que les haya gustado este episodio. Y nos vemos en el próximo. Un saludo. Chau, chau.